What's up, people? Welcome back to another crate and welcome back to a new review. As you can see, I'm kind of surrounded by Terminators. So since we had a look yesterday at or talk about Terminator Dark Fate, I thought I'd give you today the old Hot Toys quarter scale T-800 Endoskeleton from the Terminator. It's quite an old design already. I believe this thing is what now? 6, 7, 8 years old, something like this. And it's still a beautiful piece. I have it in my living room. Those people that watched my little room tour saw it together with the Enter Bay battle damaged T-800. And I think with the release of Terminator Dark Fate, it was a good time to take a look at this. So without any further ado, because you see it's a big guy, my little platform can't handle that. Same as the little 360 platform can probably handle it. We would just head back to my little photo room. So, and back we are, and here you got the box, and it's a big piece. Let me just pan up for you. We got the great Terminator logo endoskeleton up there with some circuitry details here. It's going all over the box, super shiny, going fully down. Hot Toys quarter scale 00214 scale collectible figure with a nice circular piece here, which is kind of embroidered, and also the whole Terminator endoskeleton is all embroidered. Like everything over here is really like printed. Very deep details you might all see here. Like the eye, the teeth, it's all very deep in here. Looks absolutely beautiful. It's kind of a sheath, so when we rotate it to the right, we have this here, and this can actually come out like I did on this side here. Little problem with the design on this: when you get this in the shipper actually has a handle, and the handle sadly seems to clog up in here and just press this down. But you can open this up and get the box out. We'll get to this in a little bit. And little button QS002 below there. On the back we have the full details, full credits, so that is nicely done. And when we come to the inside, pull this out and you get this part with a little protective sheathing. You can just get out here with this little piece, which is just cardboard, and another protective layer, which then reveals black foam rubber that holds the endoskeleton, and a little piece of accessory already that's meant to help keep the weapon in place, I believe. I don't quite know. We need to check the instruction booklet for that. And in the back we have this little clamshell that holds the base and everything else. But for the box, that's really it. So just a quick look at the accessories. We have a little instruction booklet in here. Clean print, as always, on Hot Toys. Just a little blanket that helps with everything. Works fine. Shows the articulation, what's possible, that it's coming with some extra tubing for his arms and for his chest and the collarbone, how to exchange the batteries, and also, like I said, what this little clip is for. This is of course then put into the phase plasma rifle that it can clip onto the arm, but it's not needed. The fingers hold it pretty well. So everything the same in Chinese. Then we actually get a piece of cloth, like microfiber, to clean up the chrome, which is a nice addition, even Hot Toys branded. And set tubing for the collarbone and chest and arms, so that's nice. And the final piece, of course, then is the phased plasma rifle in the 40-watt range by Westinghouse. Great sculpt. We have black detail on here. We have a gunmetal wash with some dirt over the whole piece that comes through nicely, looking good. And some black staining on the nozzle on the front for those phaser rifle firings. Nice design, but super hollow. But there goes that. But of course there's one final part, and that is the base. I took the Terminator out, which is well, I had a hard time getting it to stand because the joints have gotten super loose, which is really sad. But for the base, we're getting to that. For the base now we have beautiful details in here, like stone and cracks and dirt and a lot of bony bits and skulls and everything. So great job on Hot Toys. The only thing is, this is the repainted version I did for myself, because the original version had lava, like molten rocks, all in those crevices, which is like, what has lava to do on a Terminator base? That was weird. Aluminum plate for the Terminator Endoskeleton, which looks nice. Cool design on the base itself, and that plastic in between here actually had, well, was supposed to have a light up function, which it does, which it doesn't, which is kind of weird. People broken apart the base and put some LEDs in them themselves, but I didn't. I just repainted it, and you then also get the usual crotch grabber from Hot Toys. But that's it now for the base. Let's just head for the big guy himself and see how well he held up, shall we? So here we got the big dude himself, and little thing you need to know. This is kind of stable now, but in order to have him stand like this, there was some, see that? Those are the ball joints in the feet that have gotten really loose over time. But all right, let's just take a look at the styling from top to bottom really quick. Great sculpt on the head. Let's just get in here a little bit more. It's all super loose now, it's really a shame. But we have some great styling on the head. Just the Terminator it is supposed to be. Some wash in here on the inner parts. The teeth has some actual yellow wash in there. The eyes are surrounded black on the inside. The nose too, some black wash in here. Same goes for the chrome spine in here. On the inside here they could have done a little bit more, I think, but overall it's chromed very well. It looks beautiful. Hi there. So overall some spots of dirt everywhere. Some dirt here in the upper arm and also on the spine below here. Coming to the lower part, I really need to hold him. It's really sad. It's gotten super loose over time, and there's no way to stiffen up the joints without breaking him apart fully, and I'm not actually doing this. And the chrome and the details of the black wash and everything continues on the lower legs, down to the foot, and the feet are super dirty now. Done really well. The focus has a hard time focusing on these things where the light shines through. But yeah, it's a beautiful piece. It's really a beautiful piece. And of course it also comes with a light up function. The light up function works in that way that you have to take out the back of the head, take out this little piece, and then you have a little pressing button. And then the eyes shine a beautiful, menacing red as they're supposed to be. Cool would have been PERS, the parallel eyeball rolling system by Hot Toys, but nevertheless, having red eyes in there is a must that light up too. So there's that. This thing is articulated head to toe, which is probably also part of the problem. The head is on a ball joint that's a little bit limited, but otherwise goes left and right just the way it's supposed to be. The spine is stiff. This could have used some more give to work with the actual head, but nevertheless it works. As you saw, the spine, the jaw is articulated. That works well. The pistons, we have these little wires that work well. We have the shoulders, which are a thing of beauty. The shoulders work absolutely realistic with every piston working individually. That is beautiful, and all the wires work with it. We have a great working shoulder, all the way up, all the way down, kind of course then has a butterfly going. It would go all around, but the wire makes it hard. We have a single jointed elbow with all the pistons working individually, working perfect. And we have a wrist on a ball joint, and all the fingers are individually articulated for a very fiddly bit, but it works quite well. While we're at the hand, let me show you a little something. So just for the hand itself, it's possible, perfectly possible to have him hold the rifle. But the thing is, this is the Terminator 1 endoskeleton. The Terminator 1 endoskeleton never held a rifle, so you don't need to do that. But it is perfectly possible for him to hold the rifle, and he holds it fairly well. Like when you pose him like that, it actually works. Like I said, if you want to support him, you have this little pack hole, and you just put it into the side, like I showed you, rotate it vertically, and then you can just, I don't know, just put it in here, and then it supports it better. Thing is, it's a little bit, it's a little bit far to the front. You see that? Like this thing would better be here and not be here. So that's a little bit weird. But just how you see, you are able to wrap the hand inside the handle of the gun. Coming further down, we have this plate of his chest that is articulated to have the full amount of articulation on the ball. The chest is then on the ball, like I said, and also the pistons on the side, giving him a lot of movement, but it's just becoming so super loose. It's really a shame. I'm gonna have a hard time later putting him back into the pose. I also need to clean him up. Like I should have worn gloves. This is bad for fingerprints. But okay, going down to the legs, we have a great moving forward again with the piston working nicely, and to the back too. Not too limited either. I think it works rather well. We have an additional piston, like this part here. You see that? Check it out. This part in here extends even further. That's a nice idea. And doing not too much of a split, but it's enough, I would say. It's enough. For the back, we have a nice knee doing way over 90 degrees, which is great for a single jointed knee. Again, with the pistons in here. And we have a thigh swivel too, built around somewhat this ball joint / universal, which works well. And a calf swivel, to call it like that. And we have a ball joint on the foot, again with the pistons in here that are all working in unison, looking very, very nice and sharp. And all the the toes are individually articulated too again, making it really the full package articulation wise. It's great, but it's a shame. Like when I handle him, his upper body just tilted to the back. It's really weird. So yeah, that's this guy for you. For comparison, here you got him pretty much against everything I collect. I mean, 1 to 4 is not my main resume, but here it is. MP36 Megatron, Iron Factory, I believe it's Mizar, their K-On, and the Hot Toys 1 to 6 Iron Man. So you see, it's a big difference, but just so you see how those scale up. So there was the Endoskeleton for you. So here you have it, guys, the Hot Toys QS002 Terminator T-800 Endoskeleton. Is it a beautiful piece? Of course it is, but it kind of has run its time. Little thing I forgot, or two things I forgot, because it's just so hard to handle these big pieces. Sorry about that. There are pieces on the back that also flex, like his shoulder thingies here. You see stuff like drops. It's just old by now. It's sad. Maybe Hot Toys comes through with something new, but I don't see that really. So these guys flex, and also what you have on the box is the same logo on top on silver. There's not much, and on the inside, like on the inside of this sleeve, which is a weird choice, is the story, like, you know, 2029 from the ashes rose and all of that skedaddle. So yeah, that was him. What does the score say? Let's pull this over a bit so you see it still, even though the score is there. The packaging gets an 8 because overall it's beautiful, but it's prone to damage, like it really is. We have dents in here. The thing is with the gripping unit of the shipper that gets entangled with this and folds it down, and also you have rubbed paint up here. That's a little bit sad. So the packaging is prone to fading. That's bad. The appearance overall though, the whole package, all that you're getting, that's perfect. Accessories, it's alright what they give us. The base is cool in itself, but instead of painting it with lava in the cracks and giving us an endo rifle it doesn't need, why not give us a light up feature with blue and some spots that's going up, you know? I mean, it's not a cinema cat for 1,500 bucks, but it's still 400 more on the value, but that would have made more sense. It's still good though. The execution is still good, don't get me wrong, but it's weird. Materials perfect, nothing broke ever on mine. No fingers. Of course they are fiddly and all, and there are also the wires are like thin, but you can exchange them too. Now I pulled it out. Why is it stuck now? There you go. So that's good. I can't tell you anything else. I don't know how it will hold up, like with the tolerances if you get it, but there goes. Paint applications, perfect. No paint chipping on the chrome anywhere. That's great. The weathering, what they did, looks great. It's like really, it stepped out of the fire, clean from all the dirt and blood. Excellent. Articulation in itself, if you subtract the tolerances, the articulation for this is excellent. It really is. Like it doesn't make a split, but is Arnold like really an athlete in the sense of doing, like, you know, mat sports? I don't think so. The engineering though, right, I'm at the engineering. You know, I always cross those off, but I have to look at the stuff there. So the engineering itself though, this is a different topic. Like on the spine up here, it's stiff. And if you move the head, you really only move the head. And if you want to adjust the spine, you have to adjust the spine. And some things are just a little loose, like these guys here. The idea about these being wires, this is all good and fair. But that the engineering with the screws they used and with the washers maybe to keep the tolerances tight, that's a different thing. And this turned out problematic, and it fades over time, which is bad, and which a piece of $400 shouldn't. So there's that. And where I'm at now, the playability, of course, then is hindered. Of course, it's a collectible either way, so you don't play with it. But you should have been able to. You just should have. So with the tolerances and the fading stiffness of the joints, they shot themselves in the knees. You know, the value for money, like it's a so-and-so. It's an expensive piece. Like I said, it's 400. Like I sold this readily because it's Terminator. People that know me, know me. So, or to call it otherwise, those that know. So I'm a sucker for Terminator. Terminator 1 or 2. So I would have loved for Hot Toys to give us a new, better version of this old endoskeleton, because this is fading. The Genesis clearly didn't sell as much as it could / should, because we didn't see any announcement of a piece for Dark Fate, and I don't think we will. So this could very well be the last endoskeleton Hot Toys ever brought out. So maybe I don't know, dismantle it and try to fix it up. But there was the Hot Toys QS002 endoskeleton for you. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, please subscribe, and if you want to see more of it, please click the notification bell so you don't miss when I upload anything new. And with this now, just quick, have a great Sunday, have a great Monday, have a nice week, see you next time, take care, bye.